To today's Zaleski Sports Show. Hi everybody, Jason Zaleski here. Dan Ross is right there, right where we always are this time of year. And this time of year, Dan, means today we're talking about girls basketball, regular season finale, crossovers, and brackets. A lot of talk about brackets today. We've got hockey brackets, and we'll talk a little bit about popcorn today.
Love it. It's all yours, and it's all now.
All right, let's get this son of a gun underway. We got a lot to talk about today.
There's been a lot going on.
There have been a lot going on. We finished up, one of the more fun type of things we've done around here in a while. We were at the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee this past Saturday. We had 5 boys basketball games. In our first game, it was a 10 a.m. game. Remember last week, Dan, we warned people to get your cereal ready and skip the cartoons, but you can sit in your PJs and your cereal and watch Kohler and Lake Mills. Well, people probably tipped over their cereal because we had a buzzer beater to start the whole event.
Yeah, it was a really good one to start it off.
The two teams played really well. Max Breitenbach was the hero. He had the buzzer beater, and then he backed it up. His team yesterday beat Cedar Grove, Belgium. They were talking about the Kohler Blue Bombers.
Nice.
Yeah, beat CGB, right? Cedar Grove, Belgium, yeah, CGB. And the Blue Bombers scored 70-something. Breitenbach followed up the buzzer-beating performance on Saturday. He dropped 32 on Tuesday.
Yeah, and it wasn't a normal buzzer beater, right? It was
it's
like
an alley-oop kind of.
Yeah, so watching it, I said this to you on the phone. It was because I was watching on my phone, right? So I don't have a huge screen. And it looked like the kid hit it from beyond half court. I was going just nuts, right? And it looked like it took a while for the ball to get there, but I didn't really think too much about it. And yeah, it was thrown across court, and the kid kind of jumped and caught it and shot it in one motion, right at the buzzer.
I mean,
splashed it.
The buzzer.
Yeah.
Falling down. He caught it in midair.
Yeah.
And flicked it. And it went in. So
incredible. Tough
to get things to go better than that when you start at that high of a peak. But we had a great time. We had 5 games. So Kohler, Hortonville, Racine Park, Stevens Point, just right down the road here.
They played well.
And Kettle Moraine, all winners from the Fiserv Forum on Saturday. All games are on the YouTube channel and Roku.
Yes, Spash played really well.
I thought it was the best they'd looked the whole season.
Yeah, I agree.
Basketball, boys we're talking about from Saturday. I should have said that to begin with. Because this show is mainly about girls basketball today.
Today it will be. Yeah. Today
it will be. So let's get into it here a little bit. People are going to be a little bit let down because I'm not letting out any secrets today. If you want the information, I think you know where to get it. If not, ZaleskiSports.com. You click VIP over there, and tonight into tomorrow morning, Mike is working at a feverish pace right now to get all, what did we count? 20, what did you tell me last week? 24 brackets, whatever it is, statewide, 5 divisions. So that's 20 if there were just 4, but Division I's got 4 more.
36 maybe?
Is that what it comes out to be? You know, you're better than I am at this. A lot of brackets. So for just $5, who was it Suzanne Summers with the dogs? For less than a cup of coffee. Rest in peace, Suzanne Summers.
And all the sad dogs.
All the sad dogs, the SPCA or whatever.
Yeah, I had to turn that commercial off whenever it came on.
It was sad. Oh, and then they had McLaughlin playing in the background. Will you remember me or something like that? I mean, just everything was anyway. This is a very happy $5 at the website, and not only will you get the girls brackets by tomorrow around noon, should be no later than that. All of them will be available, but that $5 lasts you a whole 30 days. So the next week you get all the boys brackets. Now you might ask yourself, well, why do I want them? They're going to become free on Sunday at the WI site. Sure, you can wait and save your $5
will be,
on Sunday. Yeah, save your $5. You can give it to me later. Buy me a hot dog or something. But the whole idea is you get a leg up on everybody else around you because you'll know all the seeds, all the matchups a couple days ahead of time. You can win some bets over at the office. You know, credits. You know, you play for credits only, but That's my best reason why. You're smarter than everybody else.
What I would say is don't listen to the imposters. There's some
There are
imposters
some,
around.
aren't there?
Yeah. So some people that are experts on this. Yeah, it's probably not right, is what I would say.
I do say it will not be right. It is fun to talk about though, and that's why we talk about these things almost year round, and we live and breathe, die for the brackets, and we got all kinds of them coming up here real soon. So again, go to ZaleskiSports.com, click VIP, get yourself signed up, and then again, throughout the night and into tomorrow morning, all the couple of dozen plus brackets all be available for you, and have a great time and get ready for the girls basketball postseason. That's the whole idea there.
It's crazy that it's the end of the season already.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
And you and I talk. You'll have a Merriwood Minute next week or the week after where you talk about the bittersweet end to a season,
Yes.
and I'll save that. You say that much. You have more empathy than I do. So you're better suited to tell that tale about the bittersweet ending to a season.
It's sad. Yeah.
It really is, though. It really is. And at the same time, we breathe anew with spring sports after. So you got to find a way to recoup and move forward.
Yeah, I've been asking questions of the ladies during post game.
Hey, ladies.
Yeah, about their last games, and they kind of get a worried look on their face and say, "We're not thinking about it."
Yeah. Well, they don't. They can't. They don't want to.
No, because they're playing basketball with their best friends.
Yeah.
Right? Why would it ever end?
It shouldn't, and it will.
It will.
And that's the bittersweet part of it.
Ends for everybody.
Yep.
And when you're in high school, right? You cannot wait for that thing to be over. You cannot wait till your last
Everybody talks
day
about it,
and you're
right?
free, and then you realize, like, man, sometimes you don't know the good old days when you're living it. Right?
Call me Billy Madison. I'd go back to high school right now.
I would too.
Right now.
I would too.
Yeah.
Especially with what you know about the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would run that place. Oh, Doyle rules.
Doyle rules.
On Sunday, the WI will put out the official. This is what they are. The official brackets at like 11 o'clock or something on Sunday morning. There's a lot of confusion about that. We're not going to get into that on this show here. Starting at 2:30, Dan and I will be right here. Katie Lechton's going to be sitting over there running the ship. And we're going to talk to girls basketball coaches from all over the state. Sunday, starting at 2:30. Mark your calendars now. It'll be on this channel right here. Janelle McCarville of Stevens Point, Jason Knott of Pittsfield, Dave Lapisto of Kimberly, Josh Howe of Mosinee, Ryan Klein of Assumption, Tim Goldschmidt of Lena, Derek Dosher of Albany Monticello, John Geyer of Neilsville, Brandon Fanning of Eau Claire Memorial. These are one seeds abound and all kinds of other good talk. Eric Wilson of Columbus Catholic as well. And there could be one or two more that try to sneak into that show.
Yeah.
All the big ones are coming up.
I don't want to say that there might be changes to the brackets between the 11 o'clock reveal and when we're talking to coaches, but that's happened.
It can happen. There's been some history.
Yeah, where a team raises their hand and says, do we not make the playoffs that everybody makes? And they're like, oh, yeah, you should be in there.
Yeah, because what happened is they double named somebody in the other bracket, and because they count them up. Yep, we got all 90, 92 are here. Okay, move on into the next one. It's a lot to manage. You know, four to 500 basketball teams. Human beings are the ones doing it.
I mean, we seem to do it though.
Yes.
And we're human beings.
Are we? There's been some questions about that as well. Yeah, I happen to see it. Steve does a great job of keeping control of our social media. I do take a peek every now and then. Sometimes I can't help it. And, well, there's some other maintenance I do. Like, we all have divided tasks around here, and even the owner of the company, everybody pitches in to make this thing go. This is a very, what do they call it, a bootstrap business? I'm not even sure what that means, but I don't know. I don't know all the terms.
It means you get in the mud, you get dirty.
I am dirty most days. And so anyway, I was doing some maintenance on one of the social media pages, and I saw a message come through, and somebody had asked, well, why should I spend $5 a month? I've got these rankings right here. And the picture came through, and it was the coaches poll. And I just politely explained to the person on social media that, sure enough, that's an opinion poll, and there's probably reasons why that doesn't cost you any money. We put a couple hundred hours of work per season into this,
Yep.
and it's not intended to be a poll. It's not intended to be an opinion. It's intended to mimic and we get right the seed formula, and we take what we decided one day a couple of years ago is, well, since we've been able to figure this out, well, let's just take that, and isn't that the ultimate representation of a team's place in their division in a ranking system? And so that's how we derive our rankings. And so through a couple hundred hours of work for the season, you pay $5.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the VIP site all year, you could see what the top 10 teams according to the WIAA formula is. Mm-hmm. It's not the same as the coaches poll. The coaches poll, just whoever's the best record, you guys get in the top 10.
Well, yeah, and didn't you ask? Now is a good time. You had asked on a group chat earlier about somebody who was undefeated.
Wittenberg.
Oh, Wittenberg. Okay, so I wanted to look at them. Yeah, so those Wittenberg Chargers in the opinion poll do not appear, you're telling me.
Not ranked, 20-0, undefeated, the only undefeated team in the state.
Doesn't quite make any sense, does it? Wittenberg Burnhamwood in Division 3 is clearly the fourth best team in the state. Clearly the fourth best team through a mathematical ranking where you are being judged against your peers.
I mean, how could you not be top 10? You're 20-0. And I know not every 20-0 team is going to be the exact same, easy schedules and stuff, but they play in a tough conference too. So I don't know. I don't really understand it. Yeah, they play a lot of Division 4 teams, right, in that conference. But
I'm not a basketball coach, and I will never, and I've given that speech before. Don't call me, don't ask me. I've seen Wittenberg Burnhamwood play girls basketball this year. That is a very, very good basketball team.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but again, it's an opinion poll, and so there's a reason why there isn't a fee for that, because it's garbage a lot of times.
Well, honestly, if you're going to wisports.net, which
I was just there a few minutes ago.
Visit it many dozens of times a day myself.
Yep.
It's the coaches who vote on that, right? And the coaches have not seen 90% of the teams that they're voting on, if they vote at all.
Yeah, and don't think it's the head coach that's sending in the survey.
It's usually not.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it is, but it's delegated.
Assume it's not.
Yeah. It's delegated, so coaches are voting for their friends, and they're voting to try to help them out, like you're voting for the other teams, and so there's politics behind all of it. There's no doubt. And something that is mathematical always going to be more accurate and more representative of a team's body of work than somebody in an email just trying to figure out what teams they should put in there.
Yeah. Yep. And our state is bottom heavy on high schools, locations. And I think most of them in the lower third of the state, especially in the southeastern part of the state, have no idea where Wittenberg or Burnhamwood even is.
No.
Just say it like
I
it is.
live close to it, and I'm kind of about it.
We bowled in Wittenberg one night, though.
We did.
Yeah, we tore it up over there.
Yeah.
All right. So girls basketball brackets are going to begin to be populated on the VIP page at ZaleskiSports.com tonight into tomorrow morning. You see them all, $5. You see it before all your friends, and you can go around, strutting like a peacock around the office tomorrow with that information.
Yeah, don't look at Bradley Terry. Don't look at the RPIs. Don't look at any of this stuff. It's not right.
It's not how the system was formed. There could be some hints of that around, because there's only so many ways you can slice a pie of how to mathematically sort out a group of anything. But there's way more consideration into it than those tables.
Yeah, and they keep the formula pretty tight, right? Because they don't want to be questioned about stuff, right? Yeah. Which they shouldn't. It's their own proprietary thing. They own it. They take care of it. But if you want the most accurate representation, it is on the VIP section.
Good. Okay. Thank you, Dan. We move now to girls hockey, as we keep it on the female side for the time being. And brackets are out, so official hockey brackets are out. Hockey playoffs start a week from tomorrow. That's the 20th of this fine month of February. DC Everest is the 1 seed in Section 1. They await the winner of Northland Pines Co-op and Stevens Point kids. That game will take place at the Green Heck on the 25th. River Falls, Baldwin, Woodville, St. Croix Central, that's one team. They will play on the 25th, and they will play the winner of the Black River Falls Co-op and Chippewa Falls McDonald Central Catholic Menominee mashup.
Yeah. It looks like on the brackets that these teams that get buys, automatic regional champions.
They are.
I love it.
Yep.
Give them their plaque.
The other one seeds in the girls' side, De Pere Co-op and the Beaver Dam Co-op. Beaver Dam, Wade Bates has done a great job with the Beaver Dam girls hockey team all season long, and I think he's probably has some video archives you want to watch, get caught up with that Beaver Dam squad. Check out Wade Bates and his broadcast.
Yeah, it's exciting that girls hockey is a sanctioned WIA tournament. Mm-hmm. No, it's nice.
On the boys' side, hockey brackets are also available, and no surprise here, Stevens Point, the Smash Panthers are undefeated. They have scored 10, 14, I think even as many as 16 goals in the game this season. They're the one seed.
Rolling.
They will rolling for sure.
Yeah.
They will skate in the playoffs on the 20th. Again, that's a week from tomorrow. February 20th, they'll play the winner of Eau Claire North and Chippewa Falls. They beat Chippewa Falls earlier this year, 8-0-ish. I'm not sure about Eau Claire North. Maybe not. Eau Claire Memorial looks to be they're the 5 seed. They look to be on a path to face Hudson again this year, and that would be on the 20th. Other number ones in boys hockey, Neenah, Hortonville, Menasha, Shiocton. That's one team. People probably think I'm crazy listing off 4 schools. That's one. Edgewood, Brookfield East, and that's Division 1. In Division 2, your 1 seeds, Amory, Clayton, Clear Lake Unity. That's, again, one team. Tomahawk, the Hatchets. Really good hockey team. I'd be shocked if the Hatchets weren't skating around with something in Madison in a couple weeks.
I think Lakeland's the 2 seed, and Lakeland is quite a ways behind Tomahawk this year.
Yeah, and Mosinee is the 3. That's all in that. They're in that same group.
Yeah, the Lakeland Mosinee, like that is a hockey rivalry at this point.
Huge.
Always play close games.
Huge.
Controversial games.
And of course, Lakeland backed by former NHL players, so they've got a different look at hockey.
Yeah.
And then Somerset, St. Croix Falls is the one, and McFarland is the 1 seed. Those are available at wiaawi.org. So you can go get, because when they're official, that's where they put them up there.
Yeah, Spash is going to be the prohibitive favorite to win the gold trophy this year, but I would say that they're definitely going to have competition when they get to state. I mean, they'll probably be pushed in the sectional final, maybe, but there's some good hockey teams in the state. Superior is always good. Mm-hmm. Team from the southeast is usually right there. So, yeah. Yeah,
Spash the favorite, but you gotta play. You gotta skate hard. You gotta put the biscuit in the basket. Gotta light the lamp. That's right. I'm sorry I forgot about this, but real quick, I want to go back. I put a little video on here, and then I skipped right over it. I do that from time to time. Real quick, we're going to travel backwards in time. You ready?
I'm
getting
ready.
your Wayback Machine? Do you
ready.
have a sound effect for that?
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay. Girls basketball. We had a really interesting finish last year between Spash and Eau Claire Memorial. They were the 5 and 4 seeds respectfully last year. This year, it looks like we will have a regional final rematch again, should things hold the way that it's looking. And again, it would be at Eau Claire Memorial. And I just want to show the folks, Dan, here's what happened last year. So if it's something you want to look forward to here in about 2 weeks, here's what happened last year between Eau Claire Memorial and Spash.
Ashton Schroeder on the near side by us, folks.
It'll be Pede to inbound.
Right here, Ashton
regional
Schroeder's
final on the
oh my
line.
God.
Stolen away.
To the right,
Schroeder
get
is
fouled?
blocked.
Did she get
And
fouled?
no foul.
Blocked.
It's
Ashton
over.
Schroeder with
It
the
is
block.
over. Coach McCarville is furious.
Ashton
He's
Schroeder
out there
that ball
talking to the
got picked.
referees.
Yeah, they got picked in front of Ashton Schroeder. Schroeder came back.
Schroeder
and
with
blocked
the block.
it.
Ashlyn Schroeder with the game-winning block.
You know, it's not the first time I've seen a coach run out on the court.
Ooh.
I'm looking at you, Coach Paltz.
Janelle was mad. She was mad. It happened right in front of her. She figured her player got fouled in such a crazy finish, right? All we got to do is inbound the ball, and the time is going to evaporate. But you not only do you steal the ball, but you get the shot off, and all those emotions come flowing and boiling over at the end.
In girls basketball, if there's like a second left, just throw it to the other end of the floor, like as far as
Past
you can.
half court,
Yeah.
if you can do that.
Yeah, because very few girls can even throw it from half court.
Yeah.
I mean, with a realistic shot at making.
Yeah. Yeah. Thinking about it.
Boys, maybe like a 10% chance. Girls, less than that, probably.
So I'm on the media side, so I get to say I hope we get the rematch.
I hope we get the exact same close game.
Right in front of the Stevens Point bench. Again, let's do it. Well, we will ask Janelle McCarville about that on Sunday. Again, our girls basketball coaches preview show. Did I say that right? Girls basketball seed tournament preview show. Let's call it that. It's never really had a name.
Yeah.
Okay. I mentioned them before. Maybe I'll mention them one more time. We'll move on to some popcorn. So again, this is 2:30 p.m. on Sunday right here. We'll talk to girls basketball coaches Janelle McCarville from Stevens Point and Jason Knott from Pittsville. Dave Lepisto from Kimberly, Josh Howe from Mosinee, Ryan Klein from Assumption, Tim Goldschmidt from Lena, Derek Dosher from Albany Monticello, John Geyer from Neilsville, and Brandon Fanning from Eau Claire Memorial, and Eric Wilson from Columbus Catholic. So we're going to talk to those coaches. But Janelle is one of the more fun basketball coaches in the area, I think. And I know she's still going to have a hot take from that game from last year. So.
Do you think the Albany coach is going to be upset when we call him the Space Ponies?
No. I mean, that's what we're going to call them.
That's what we call them.
It's what they are.
Yeah.
You know, the Mustangs in the Comets. It's a space pony. Hello.
True.
Hello. Let's see. Let's do a PSA first. Sorry, Dan, this is going to cut you off the screen. Almost. So on Monday over at Auburndale, they've got girls basketball, Columbus Catholic at Auburndale. It's also Veterans Appreciation Night. Veterans get in for free to see a really good girls basketball matchup on Monday. They get in free. You'll, if you'd like to, you'll get recognized on the floor between the JV and the varsity game. But most importantly, let's turn out and support our veterans, as it's Veterans Appreciation Night in Auburndale girls basketball on Monday night. There we go. Got that.
Do you think they're going to have
Check.
the popcorn hot?
They better. So let's get into that. I think that's a great segue, Dan. Great segue. So here we go. It is Champions Week here on Zaleski Sports, and the popcorn bracket has reached its final matchup: the Greenwood and Auburndale.
There's some buzz around this.
Well, Dan, you're moving this right through, and I love everything about it. There is some buzz about this. Both those communities have, in particular, because they know they've got big popcorn, right? I mentioned before, strutting around like a peacock. Those two have been strutting around the whole time, knowing they were going to be in this spot together. They knew this weeks ago when we started the contest. I don't even know if it's a contest. We just started the event. Yeah, it's whatever you want it to be.
There's a lot of school pride. There's pride in that concession stand.
Yeah.
The people making the popcorn really care about this.
They have exhibited that, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
So it's Champions Week. We'll announce the winner a week from today. We'll be in Bonduelle a week from today for boys basketball. Number one ranked Bonduelle Bears. Number 2 ranked Roncalli Jets. I mean, the 1 and the 2.
That's a good game.
Kidding me.
Yeah.
But we are welcome with open arms in Bonduelle for a 1-2 matchup. Can't always be said about other schools in the state.
Sometimes we go to these schools and they kind of roll their eyes and they're like, yeah, you can go sit over there. And it's like in the back corner where it's dark. Yeah. There's people all around you. They're being rowdy the entire time.
Well, and I don't want to usurp the attention of the popcorn bracket. There's your word of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a school last week that wanted us to bring the Brinks truck with us to broadcast a high school basketball game. Thank you, Bonduelle, for being normal, being expected for all of it. Okay, popcorn. So yeah, the community pride bubbling over. Well, here we go, Dan. You may need to lean over if you want to look at that. But that's the Facebook post, the Facebook social media page of the Greenwood School District right there. Here we go, and emoji popcorn, popcorn, popcorn. That's the school district page, not the athletics page.
Yeah.
The school district page.
I like it.
They are looking forward to this.
They are trying to influence the judges ahead of time, which I appreciate.
And they are, and we
Yeah.
take the influence.
I'm as corrupt as can be.
Well, and I want to share this. This is the most recent post today from the Auburndale School District Facebook page.
See?
No.
Rivalry.
Yeah, well, it is, but here, again, it's a little small for you. They are advertising a summer camp over at UW Stevens Point for their students, which is a well and good cause. It has nothing to do with popcorn.
I mean, they could put popcorn on there.
Well, I'm just saying one school in this championship matchup is fully behind it. And the other school is talking about a summer camp at UW Stevens Point.
With
There are points missing. There are already, how do I want to say this better? Have already been extra points assigned to Greenwood. Just like that.
extra credit.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that. So Auburndale's already behind. Already behind.
Well, they're going to have to bring their A game Saturday night.
Yeah, you'll be there on Saturday to taste the popcorn?
Yeah, I'm not even going to work the game. I'm just going to eat popcorn.
Just to eat the popcorn.
I'm driving an hour to have some popcorn and some hot dogs.
Which is plenty of work anyway.
It is.
Plenty of work. Yeah, I will be in River Falls for a couple of really good basketball games. 4:15. You know what? See, here's a problem I run into sometimes. I don't know enough to begin with, and then I start talking about something, and then I forget where everything is going. So they've got the Minnesota-Wisconsin border battle going on that was scheduled for last Saturday. That now takes place this coming Saturday, just due to the anticipated snow. I was told it didn't turn out that way, but Appleton North and Tartan from Minnesota play at, now it's listed as 4:30. But at any rate, I'll be there to help announce that game. And then we've got Totino Grace, undefeated team in Minnesota. And in Minnesota basketball, that means they're very good.
Yes.
In that part of Minnesota, anyway. And Eau Claire Memorial. And we are watching very closely boys basketball. Those are boys basketball games. Eau Claire Memorial's Cooper Jesperson, who is 29 points from tying, 30 points from having the all-time scoring record at Eau Claire Memorial.
Boys and girls both?
But school history.
Love it.
School history is going to be made in short order. The Abes do play at River Falls Friday night, so Cooper could pop for 30 on Friday. Never know. High-scoring player like he is. But in the event that it happens on Saturday, I'm driving all the way to River Falls, which is, I mean, literally a stone's throw from Minnesota. So it's a long ways.
It's pretty close.
Long ways.
Yeah.
I'll be on the call with Kevin Westhouse, which I do look forward to.
Are all the games on Zaleski Sports, or is it a different?
Thank you for that. It's so YouTube, you're going to want to look for River Falls Sports. You'll get a link on ZaleskiSports.com for the Totino Grace Eau Claire Memorial game. So just like you always do, you go to the website or the social media for that game, you'll click it and it'll go to where it needs to go. You'll be transported through time.
We did the border battle in 2020, right before COVID.
February, before the cooties hit all the news stations. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first time doing anything with Zaleski Sports.
Well, what a way to start.
Like, hey, do you want to broadcast some border battle games?
Yeah.
Like 12 hours later, we were done.
Yeah, 6 or 7 games that we left at like 5 in the morning or something like that to get down to La Crosse. We had the deal was so big we had to broadcast in 2 different gyms.
Yeah.
Because the second to final game was
Jalen
just
Suggs
a
and Chet
monumental
Holmgren,
game, one that'll live in the annuals of the Mark Miller Wisconsin Basketball Yearbook Border Battle.
Yeah, and why were the kids able to dunk in pregame? Because they were using Minnesota rules and no one cared?
Nobody should care.
They shouldn't care.
How about that?
Like, there should be a gentleman's agreement before the game, but the coaches are like, let's just let him dunk.
What in the world does it matter?
The officials can call technical fouls, just decline them.
What? Yeah. What in the world is... Yeah, right. Assign 2 technicals to either... Because it's a team technical, right?
Yeah.
Assign it to both sides, and you get up there and you just rocket the ball off the backboard on each free throw end, and then we just play basketball. If it's got to be, right? Why? I don't... Good. Why?
Every other level allows it, right?
Why?
And like, first of all, the kids are pumped up. They want to show their stuff, right?
Especially the kids that were participating in that game.
Yeah, because they're throwing it off the wall behind the
Yeah,
behind
McDonald's
the basket.
All-Americans, for crying out loud.
They're throwing the ball off the wall. They're catching in the air and dunking it backwards
Yeah.
over their head. Like,
Yeah.
let them be athletes.
I don't understand.
There's like 5 kids around here that probably dunk easy, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Let them dunk. The fans want to see it. The kids want to see it in the student section.
I don't understand who doesn't want it.
It's silly.
I can't come up with one name of somebody who doesn't want it.
It's a 1980s rule.
Yeah, well,
Right.
get rid of it.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Okay, let's move on to continue talking about boys basketball here. As up on ZaleskiSports.com on VIP right now, boys basketball rankings. Again, these are the seed scores that eventually lead into where you are placed in your brackets. But Dan and I, as we have over the last number of weeks, we'll go through the top 5 in each division. And in Division 1, Wisconsin Lutheran keeps that one spot. They've been there
All year.
almost the whole time, if not the whole time, right?
A Division 2 team playing up.
Yeah, well, and it's been no problem. Although, as I head to wisports.net right now, I believe that the Vikings did lose last night. So let's give an update on the Vikings. I thought I saw that come across, and yeah, they got beat by West Allis Central 78-70.
Very good team.
A
now.
conference team.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was the Vikings' first loss in conference. They're 8-1 in conference. West Allis Central now 7-3. So the Vikings look like they're still going to win the Woodland West, and I'm reading all that from wisports.net.
You know, this is a little bit off topic, but
Oh, go ahead.
but sort of. I'm a big fan of these smaller conferences where you get 10, maybe 12 conference games, because then you can schedule 12 games to whatever you want, right? And I'm looking at you, the Merriwood Conference here, right? Because you play 16 conference games, which is really good for the ADs because they have to schedule less, right? So I understand why the ADs would be all about this.
Yeah.
But out of those 16 games, 8 of them are games that are not going to push you, right? The bottom half of your conference is always going to be a little bit down, right? Teams have to win, teams have to lose.
Just because of human interference.
But since you play crossover games, you get 2 divisions of that, right?
Yeah.
So the bottom half of the Merriwood South and the bottom half of the Merriwood North, you're going to get 3, 6, 9, or 10 games that aren't helping you in any way.
Advice from Dan.
Yeah. So these 10-game conference schedules or 12, like, it's nice.
Yeah.
The teams can go play some tournament games. They can go play border battles.
Yeah, kind of fill it in how they like.
Yeah.
Number 2 is De Pere, and I bring up the basketball assignments here. Wisconsin Lutheran and De Pere being the 1 and 2, and just, Dan, how I look at it, not that there can't be an upset. I got to call Kettle Moraine on Saturday night. Very good basketball team. We've seen Kaukauna a number of times on this network. A good basketball team, but it looks like Wisconsin Lutheran De Pere are headed for a championship game at the Kohl Center in about a month or a month and a couple days. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, De Pere really has it rolling.
Yeah.
Last couple of years. Really good. And Wisconsin Lutheran always, I mean, they've been Division 2, but really good.
Well,
Division
Wisconsin Lutheran, the Knippels keep coming, and De Pere, the Kinzingers keep coming.
Yeah.
So
Turns out.
it turns out. Yeah. So De Pere 2, Kettle Moraine 3, Kaukauna 4, Wanakee 5, Eau Claire Memorial nipping right on that top 5. They come in at number 6 this week. Marshfield comes in at 11. Those 2 play each other in Marshfield 2 Saturdays from now. I'll be on the call for that one. The way that these seeds are shaking out, the winner there, is the 2. Kaukauna is the 1, more than likely. But the winner there is the 2, which is very important in Division 1.
Are you sure Kaukana's in that sectional?
You know, you ask some good questions. Yes, they are.
They are, okay.
Yeah. I don't know much, but I did know that.
All right.
So, but the 3, you go on the road in that bracket as the 3. You want to be the 1 or the 2. If I think I have this all right.
Maybe not, though.
Maybe I don't.
Well,
Yeah,
no, I'm
let me
saying
look
that
at
because
something.
in Division 1, the 1 plays the 4, the 2 plays the 3 at sectionals.
Yeah. So I'm looking right now. So if you're the 2, you're going to host all the way to the sectional final. And if you're the you're right.
Semi is.
Yeah, you're right. That's neutral.
And sometimes they put it in the same
Okay.
place.
Yeah,
Right?
you're right. You're right. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're guaranteed your home regional final. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, still.
There's one less round in Division 1. That's fine.
Okay. So on Saturday next week they'll be playing for jersey color preference in the sectional semifinal game.
It's alphabetical. It doesn't even matter. You just get there, man. Just win. Just win and get there.
It's a saucy matchup no matter what coming up. So, all right. So I'm cruising right here through my VIP membership. I have one. I get $5 debited every month as well. Stevens Point comes in at 19, but they're coming up fast.
With a bullet.
They're on a bit of a heater right now. They walloped Wausau East the other night, and they play Marshfield tomorrow night. Watch that game live at ZaleskiSports.com. Conference championship implications there. Marshfield already beat Spash over in Wood County, and now this one in Portage County. Marshfield win, and they will move on to their fourth straight conference championship.
Undefeated?
Undefeated.
Still? Yep.
Undefeated still. Yeah. My Marshfield Tigers. Okay. In Division 2, I mentioned this a bit ago when we were talking about the five-serve games. Racine Park is number one. We had comments on social media. People are surprised and proud at the same time. Well, there's probably a word for that, but very happy that their alma mater is playing so well this year. It's the comments on social media telling the world it's been a while since we were good at basketball.
Park?
And they're happy for it, yes.
Big gap between 1 and 2. Big gap.
Yeah. Mount Horeb, Slinger, Waterford, and Notre Dame. Wausau East checks in at 10, but that number continues to drop. They were as high as 4 at one point this year.
Yeah, before the end of the show, we have to dive into Friday night a little bit.
Okay. All right, let's get going then. Mosney comes in at 12, and others on down the list from there. In Division 3, the Scientists continue the reign at number 1. Milwaukee Academy of Science. Freedom, Racine, St. Catharines, Lake Mills, and Wittenberg-Burnhamwood. The Chargers.
A lot of magic going on in Chargerville.
Number 5. I tell you, man, the boys and the girls.
Yeah.
Maybe they should play each other. I don't know. Maybe. In number 4, we mentioned this. A week from today, Dan and I will be at Bondwell for Bondwell Roncalli, number 1 and number 2 in Division 4, followed by Mineral Point, Aquinas, and those Auburndale Eagles coming in at number 5.
Yeah, Auburndale's looking pretty good.
Just keep winning. 18-1, 19-1. They just keep winning.
Yeah, if you're a Stratford fan, maybe still a chance, but you might need a little bit of help. But I don't think Auburndale plays Stratford or Marathon until the last week after the bracket.
They play after the seeds are cemented.
Yeah, so that's not going to be easy.
Yeah,
That's what I would say.
It's not going to happen. Very, very unlikely. But Stratford, 9. You are behind Auburndale.
Yeah.
You're the next team in that group, but just too far down the list.
Early 3, Marathon 4. You have to pay $5 for that. I'll just let you know.
All right, good. Then we'll move down to Division 5. Potosi, Sheboygan Lutheran, Cochrane Fountain City, Royal, and North Crawford, 1 through 5.
Sheboygan Lutheran, really good, both boys and girls this year.
Yeah, certainly are.
A chance at 2 gold balls is what I would say.
Woo! There you go. You heard it from Dan Ross first, folks. Pacelli comes in at number 12 and Almond Bancroft 15. Reason I bring that up is if those two get any closer, Dan, Almond Bancroft's sweep of Pacelli in the regular season would put, due to one new tiebreaker rule this year, would put Almond Bancroft ahead of Pacelli. I'm still not convinced there's enough math left, but in the balance right now, those two.
Well, Pacelli is going to get a little bit of a bump because they got Marathon last night.
Marathon, and then they have Auburndale on Saturday.
And they beat Marathon last night.
And they beat Marathon last night.
Yeah.
And win or lose against Auburndale, that bump there, I think mathematically speaking, keeps them ahead of the Eagles, but they're close right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of case studies because like you said, there is a new wrinkle that head-to-head does matter between 2 seeds.
If you're seed neighbors.
2, 3, yeah, seed neighbors. Mm-hmm. And they said only if it's really close in the math. And what does really close mean? We don't know.
we think we know, and how's this for an answer, Dan? We will know on by Sunday at noon. We'll know for sure.
We'll know.
We'll know for sure. In the middle of that, Owen Withy 14. The Blackhawks having a very, very fine season. Yeah, and they're coming off a football state championship as well, so they've got that winning championship mentality, those kids.
It's not surprising. It's probably most of the same kids.
Not surprising at all.
No.
And then Columbus Catholic checks in at 18, and so some of them in that same group together.
Man, shout out to Coach Konieczny.
Yeah.
He graduated an entire state championship team last year.
8 of them.
Yeah.
8 seniors, I believe was the number.
Yeah. And coming back this year, and we saw them early on at the Cranberry Classic, and it didn't look like a normal Columbus Catholic
Looked like
team.
a question mark to me.
Yeah, but they are playing well, and it's a tough sectional. They might have the toughest sectional, but they're going to make noise. They're making noise now. They're trying to chase
They
down
are making
Owen
noise
Withey.
now. Yep. And maybe they'll get there. They're a couple spots behind right now. And then your Rib Lake Redmen come in at 20. And the Loyal Greyhounds, 24. They were number 1 for the first 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah.
They have lost 6 of their last 9. So the Hounds are slipping.
The wheels on the turnip cart are getting wobbly.
Real wobbly, real wobbly. It's like that car you see down the highway where their hubcap is off, but it looks like this the whole way down. Yeah, this is more than a hubcap. I'm not sure what it is, and I know Coach DeSmith's going to get it figured out sooner rather than later. I believe that. Let's see, Matt tells us the Knipples still have 7 more years at Wisconsin Lutheran. It's true. The current Knipple, I believe, is a sophomore, if not a junior, and there are still 2 younger brothers that with Big Brother are playing for the Duke Blue Devils right now.
And
in
the
a
other
real fine
coaches
way.
in the conference are like,
Yeah, right. What are we supposed to do?
do you think they all go to Duke? Is it like a family pass? They're like,
maybe.
yeah, you're good. You're a Blue Devil.
Yeah, like if you at the roller coaster, if you reach this mark on the on the ruler, well, if you reach this mark with talent, you get in there. Maybe Kahn said, "I'll go here." Coach Scott is the coach over at Duke right now.
At Duke?
I'm messing up the name probably, but I can see him.
Shire,
yeah. Listen, Coach Shire, I'll come to your fine institution, but all my brothers, when they're ready, they have to come here too.
And you know what? They probably agree with it because Khan is really good.
It's fantastic. Him and Flag are a great 1-2 punch. They're
That's the honest statement. But yeah, so Wisconsin Lutheran set up for quite a while. It takes more than one kid, though, obviously. But having one really good kid helps.
as I come back here, Dan attempting to avoid divorce court.
Yeah.
Breaking news on the show.
Yeah.
Well. Okay. Well, that's all that I had planned for today, Dan. Again, let's do a reminder here. We've got Veterans Appreciation Night Monday in Auburndale. Columbus Catholic and Auburndale girls basketball game. Varsity 7:15 tip. Veterans enter for free, and if you're so willing, you'll be recognized on the floor between the JV and the varsity basketball game. Plus, you get to have what we think are the best hot dogs in Wisconsin high school concession stands statewide, and some really good popcorn too.
Yeah, the Auburndale hot dogs have a little bit of a snap to them. I like it. I really do.
I think there's something in the juice.
Friday night, this past Friday,
Okay,
we had the upset of the year in boys basketball.
that's right. You wanted to close us out. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep. It's story time with Dan. Here we go.
Yeah. I didn't have a game Friday night, so I sat down. I had 6 screens open of different games, and not paying tons of attention, but things catch your eye, right? And in the first half, East is hosting Rapids. Rapids has a goose egg for wins, and it's not unusual for teams that have struggled to get off to quick starts. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Saw it in Marathon last week also when Newman went up 8-0 early in Marathon and and you're like, well, this might be something, and then it wasn't.
And then it wasn't, yeah.
But that Rapids East game, that had legs, and those legs kept going, and they kept going, and they kept going, and you could hear it in the announcer's voice, Tom.
Yeah,
Right?
well, he's a Wausau East Hall of Famer. He was getting very nervous about this and anxious.
Yeah, I actually saw him cut his arm once, and he was bleeding plaid. So weird.
How does that happen?
I don't know. It's like he's actually full lumberjack.
Yeah. Okay.
And Rapids had a fantastic individual performance, and East was
Sean Reynos tied the school record for 41 points in the
41
game.
points. Yeah. And I didn't see Napgezik on the floor. He might not have been playing. I'm really not sure. But Rapids got him, and it's a loss that is confusing to us, right? And we're not that close to the program. We are all as close as anybody because we get to see it weekly, right? But it was really surprising, and these things happen, and that's what's great about high school sports is that a 0-17 team can go in and beat the number 5 team in Division II or whatever they were at the time, and not just beat that team, but handle them. East cut it to 7 or 9 a couple times, but
They were in control.
yeah, Rapids had an answer to everything, and the gym was shocked. Honestly, right? And I don't. Be careful what I say here. You have 0 wins. You should celebrate your first win,
I would.
right? The celebration should only go so far, is what I would say. And there was a little bit of a brouhaha towards the end. The officials got in front of it. Lose like a winner, win like a winner, right?
Okay.
And I think sometimes kids and especially fans forget about that, right? But congratulations to the Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln boys. Nobody wants to see a 0-win season.
Nobody.
Nobody. No matter the sport.
No.
Right? You might have had a couple in football.
We won 1 game each of my years. Thank you.
And that one win felt really good, didn't it?
It sure did.
Yeah. So congratulations, Wausau East. You have better days in front of you. Get it turned around.
Thank you, Dan. Story time with Dan Ross, everybody. Brought to you by Mid-State Technical College. Why not?
Next week I'll bring
They'll
a
love
pipe, and I'll put the pipe in my mouth for story time.
Put a fireplace behind us, right? Crackling of the logs. A long time ago, I was on a co-ed softball team. I guess I was kind of the manager of it. It was the pitcher, I don't know. But we were a ragtag bunch. We were not good. We weren't attempting to be good, I suppose. We just wanted to go out and have a good time. And we had a great time.
Which is a big part of it.
Yeah.
It's a big part of high school sports.
We were deep into this, adult co-ed league softball season, deep into it, and we found ourselves winless. And we thought we should win a game. And we finally did. And, I mean, we must have partied till 4 in the morning. Why? I mean, we all agreed to this is just for fun, a Monday night league. But after a while, the competitiveness of you is like, wait a minute here.
Well, because you're guys.
We're not playing very well. Yeah, I think the women wanted to win, though, too. Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, it's not really that similar, but I remember being there.
I was in a softball league in San Antonio one year, and it's a 12-month season down there. So you have four leagues during the season, and we were terrible. And we had theme nights every week, and one night we played from folding chairs.
Oh,
We went out on the field,
Okay.
and we sat in the chairs.
yeah. And
And-
you were bound to the chair?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so in the outfield, you got up and it was a band around you, and you ran with these chairs, and then when you got the ball and threw it in, you had to sit down.
Yeah.
And we weren't allowed to stand up until the ball was in the air, whether it was thrown
I see.
or hit.
I see.
Yeah, the other teams loved it, not just because they got wins, but because it was so funny. The pitcher pitched from a chair.
That'd be hard to do.
We weren't good.
Yeah, I don't know where I'd get my torque from if I'm belted to a chair.
Yeah, we weren't good.
Let's end the show with this. I've got. Well, I mean, if we're going to go off the wall, let's go off the wall. I heard a commercial on one of the podcasts or whatever I listened to, and I don't even know where they were from, but it was a furniture store. And all the furniture stores have a President's Day sales going on right now, and we've got many fine furniture stores that advertise on this network.
Yep.
And
Yeah. Appliance is big for President's Day.
it's a big thing. I'm not
Always.
sure what the connection is to it, but they
I
know
don't either.
that's their business, and they
Yep.
seem to do well with it. And the lady was talking about buying their mattress instead of the competitors because it was a two-sided mattress, and who wants a one-sided mattress? But I'm thinking to myself, don't I just need one side? Maybe I'm missing
Well, you
something
can flip
here.
it though.
Well, for what? What happens?
What if there's a stain?
Is it
What if,
like
if a dog has an
when
accident
Poppy sits
on it?
on your couch cushion? And
Poppy!
yeah, I don't know. I was befuddled by that.
Yeah.
There's befuddled. That's a slight word of the day. I think most people know what that one is. All right, we good?
We're good.
Okay, again, brackets, girls basketball brackets, ZaleskiSports.com. Click VIP, starting tonight into tomorrow. No more than your friends do when you walk in the office, and do with that information whatever you please. And have a great time. ZaleskiSports.com has all the schedules, including a great lineup on Thursday, and we'll see you then.
We'll be here Sunday.
Sunday, 2:30, playoff girls basketball coaches show, Sunday at 2:30. So Dan and I are just going to stay the whole time till
Yeah,
then.
I'm not leaving till Sunday.
See ya.